Welcome students. Today we are going to learn about Bootstrap 5. So in this video, we will read about the new features that Bootstrap 5 has brought for us. So we will search now Bootstrap 5, and here you can see that getbootstrap.com, this website. So here we can have the documentation for Bootstrap 5. So, okay, I'll tell you all the add-ons that Bootstrap 5 has bought for us, all the new features that Bootstrap 5 has bought. But for now, let us focus on two main features that Bootstrap has to say. So, Bootstrap has mentioned that it no longer depends on jQuery, okay? And we have dropped the support to Internet Explorer 10 and 11. So, in this, now how are we going to do? So now, as we said that the jQuery has removed it, so it's a concern, right? So how are we going to use it? So don't worry, I'll tell you how we are going to do that. So there are two ways to use it. First, directly download the file and keep it in your local and use it in your project. And the other way is you can use a CDN link. So as you can see here, we have a link. So this is the link, CDN link that you can use in your project. So this this makes our work very easy, but this only works when you have internet in your system. Because if you if you don't have internet, this link won't work. So in this video, we will use CDN link, which is very simple actually. We have the CSS file and this JS file here, this JS file. So we have, even if we don't have jQuery as it is removed, but we will require this popper.js to be included in our project. So to support JavaScript, you need to add these two files. Okay. So for CSS, we have one link, that is this one. And for JavaScript, we have this two link. That is one to support the popper.js and the other to support Bootstrap. So now we learned about the CDN link in this video. So that's all for this video now. Then we will make new projects using all the add-ons features that Bootstrap has. So thank you. Welcome students. Now in this video, we will start making our project. So for this project, Bootstrap has provided a starter template. So to start a project, we have a starter template. So we are not going to use this starter template. Rather, we will make one. So for that, we will make a folder in our system. Let me name it as Bootstrap 5 and open this folder in your VS Code. So from here, let me open this folder. Yeah. So now here we will create a file. So from this plus button, new file, we create a file in our project, that is index.html. You can name whatever you want. So here I have named it as index.html. So now for the boilerplate code of HTML, we press shift plus exclamation and enter. So here we have the boilerplate code or the structure code of HTML. So you can see here, we have a HTML tag which has a lang attribute and its value, which is important in this HTML code. So this is lang is an attribute and English is the value to it. So in which language this particular code or project is in. So this describes this lang in English attribute and its value. And the most important part in this code is this viewport. So if you don't have or add this code, then your website will never be responsive. When you add this particular line in your code, so what it does, it will adapt or behave according to your viewport. So if you open your code in your browser and try to resize it to mobile view, desktop view, or tablet view, then this particular code comes into play. So if you don't have it, then it won't be responsive. So responsive means that. And let's now give a title to our code. So whatever will be the browser name. So let me name it as Bootstrap 5. Yeah. So now we will have this CSS file. Yeah. So now we will add this CSS file in our code. So let's just copy this one and paste in the above the title bar, tag. So Control V, yeah. So see, I have added this link above the title link. And similarly, now we will add two more files. That is this one for the JS, one for popper.js, and the other one for Bootstrap to support. So let me copy this one and paste it. But this I won't paste in the head tag. This will be pasted in the body tag, and that too at the end. So yeah, that too at the end. So we will start coding here, and this will be at the end of your code. So this is how we start making the structure of our project. So that's all for this video. We will start continuing our project in the next video. Thank you. Hello students. So in this video, we will continue making changes on our nav bar. Furthermore changes. So we will make now this link to about us. So I will simply edit this link as about us. So here on the screen we have, okay, I'll just save this. On the screen we have this about us. So about us. Now what I want this A and U to be capital. So for that in CSS, what do? We just write a style, inline style, and then text transform it, capitalize. So this is how we do in CSS. See, the A and the U became capital. So this is how we do it in CSS. But we don't want to do this in CSS. We want to use Bootstrap class. So for this, we will go to this Bootstrap documentation and we will go to content and topography. So in topography, we all have different types of heading styles and body text styles, list. All these classes we have for our text. But as this capitalized is a Bootstrap 4 class, so what Bootstrap 5 has done, it has not included in Bootstrap 5 documentation as it is already present in Bootstrap 4. So what it has done, it has added a textual utility classes link here, so that if any further additional information you want, so you can get it from this link, this textual utility classes. So in content topography, you can get this link as it is a Bootstrap 4 class. So that is the reason they have not included directly in Bootstrap 5 documentation. So simply click on this textual utility classes, and here you can search for text capitalized class. So simply we will use this text capitalize here in our with our class name and save this. So you can see this about us is now the A capital and U capital. It has become A and U as capital. So now we have changed this about us link as about us. Now we want to change this drop down to service. So we will just rename it as service. See, we name it as service. Now I want to remove this disable button and add gallery and contact us in our page. So in our website, I want this should be the scenario: home, about us, service, and then a gallery, and then contact us link. So for that, I will simply copy this about us code. No, first what I'll do, I'll just remove this disable button. So disable button is removed. So we can check that now. See, the disabled is removed. So now after this, we want this, after this service, we want our gallery link and contact us link. So I'll simply copy this about us code and paste it after the drop down. Control V. And one more time for contact us. And rename this as gallery and contact us. So we can see now once. So the gallery okay. We have not removed the text capitalized. So we'll remove this text capitalized from here, and let's keep it for contact us. It's fine. We can keep it for contact us. So for contact us, we have kept, okay, if everything is having capital letters and the very first letters are capital, so let's keep gallery also as capital. It's fine. So let's keep this gallery as also capital. So our nav bar is complete. So you can see, okay, we will rename this nav bar title to something as Bootstrap. Bootstrap 5. So you can see this brand name is now Bootstrap 5. We have a home button. We have about us, service drop down, gallery, and contact us. So this is the full complete nav bar that we wanted for our page or our website. So we have completed making the nav bar. So that's all for this video. We will continue making further on components on our website. Thank you. Hello students. In the last video, we looked at the links that we added for CSS and for JS, for JavaScript. So for CSS, we added this link that is bootstrap.min.css, and for JS, for JavaScript, we added this popper.min.js, and to support Bootstrap, we added this bootstrap.min.js. So now we will see that whether the Bootstrap is working or not in our browser. So to check that, I have added this h1 tag. In this, I have simply written hello world just to verify that our Bootstrap is working or not. So I will open this in my browser with Open Live Server. So you see, we have this hello world. It is in a bigger font size and as well as in a different font family. So if I remove this or if I comment this Bootstrap, so just focus on the font. It will change. See, now this font is different. This H is having some edge and this L is in a different format. So the font is different right now. So with Bootstrap, just I'll once again show you by uncommenting it and saving it. See, we have a different type of font with different type of font size also. So this shows that our Bootstrap is working fine. Okay. Now for our project, we would require a navbar. So we will simply go to this Bootstrap documentation and in component, we will search navbar. So I've already opened this navbar. So in the navigation goes like this, just go to this component and go to this navbar. So what is navbar exactly? Navbar supports for branding, navigation and more. So you see here, we have a navbar in our Bootstrap documentation itself. This B is the brand name, Bootstrap. So B is the brand name and this home, docs, examples, icons, these are the navigation. So if I click on this home, I can go, it takes me to the home page of the Bootstrap documentation. And then if I click on docs, it takes me to the documentation page. Examples will take me to the examples page. So this is how the navigation goes. So, and it also has icons and a download button. So this is a perfect example for navbar. So we will just, this is the component and we will go to this navbar. So I'll simply copy this navbar format from here and we'll use it in our project. So we'll replace this h1 tag with our navbar. So let's see how it looks in our desktop, browser. So you can see we have a very beautiful navbar on our screen. So, but for our project or for our page, we don't require this search button. So we will simply remove the search button. So the search button is gone. And now we want this home link drop down and disable. It is in the right side of the screen. So we want this to be on the left side, and the nav bar, which is our title, should be on the right side of the screen. So we will simply, in the UL tag, we have this ME auto. So ME represents that the margin right. Okay. So we are on the margin right now. So we will simply make it as MEMS auto. So what it does, it will take your components to it will take your links to the right side of the left side of the page. I'm sorry, left side of the page. So you can see we have this on the left side. So we have made the nav bar pretty good right now. Now we will make further changes on this nav bar. So we will do that in the next video. That's all for this video. We will meet in the next video. Thank you. Welcome students. In this video, we will learn about the carousel component of Bootstrap 5. So what is carousel exactly? Carousel is a slideshow which works with series of images, text, and custom markup. So as you can see here in the Bootstrap documentation, you can just go to component and there you will find carousel. So what exactly carousel looks like? See, this is one of the example. This is a normal carousel without any arrow, without any um, text. This is simple normal carousel with slides going one by one. And here we have an arrow in the right and left side of the slideshow. For this arrow gives you the next slide. This arrow gives you the previous slide. Then we have the third carousel where we have this indicators. So what does this indicator do? If you want to go to the second slide, this indicator takes you to the second slide. If you want to go to the third, then it takes you to the third slide. So likewise for the first slide. So, and then we have the fourth carousel that is with everything, arrow, text, indicators. So this is what exactly we want in our website. So let me simply copy this and we will keep our carousel just next to our nav bar. So we will make a header tag here and paste our carousel here. Yeah. So now let me save this. And run our Bootstrap. So you see, we have a default icon for the image. So here you will find this carousel. You can see a pointer, hand pointer. It is, if I click here, it is taking me to the next like image icons. You can see this image icons moving. 1, then 2, then 3. So right now you're not able to see any image because I have not added any image. Let me just add an image, then you can get a clear picture of what carousel looks like. So what we can do now, in the image, in the carousel item, there is an image tag. So just select In the source, just give your image path. I have kept all the images for the carousel inside a image folder in my Bootstrap. So here you can see in my Bootstrap folder, I have kept an image folder, and here I have kept my carousel images. So simply we will follow the path and keep our images over here. So to select all the images at a time, what we can do, we will just click select this and we will press Control D, Control D, Control D, yeah, so that we can type at a time every target all the source tag together. So we will select the image folder and we have this char one. Now let's save this. Did I just miss? Oh, okay. I missed one of the source. I just missed it. So let me give there also. See. Yeah, see. This is very big image right now. This we will uh, like resize this image. First, I just wanted you to see what exactly this carousel looks like. So this is the first slide. This is the second slide. This is the third slide with some text on it and with the arrows. So now we will resize this image. This is very big image. So we will just resize it. So for that, what we will do now, we can, we'll make a folder here for CSS. We want CSS because everything can't be done with Bootstrap. Some part of CSS is needed for our Bootstrap. So we, for resizing the image width and height. So for that reason, we require CSS. So here what I'll do, I have made a CSS folder. I will just simply make a file, CSS file inside the CSS folder. So let me name it as test.css. And here what I'll do first, I will remove all the paddings. For that, I will write star, and then this is the uh, star class where we will remove all the paddings and margins that are unnecessary. So margin 0 pixel and then padding 0 pixel. And then we will also do box sizing border box. Box sizing border box. So what does box sizing border box do? We will discuss this further on in the next upcoming videos. So for now, you just need to know that you have to write these three whenever you write any CSS code. These are the universal code. So you need to write this. So after this, what we will do, we will just target our carousel item image. So this is the carousel item class. So in that we have the image. So we will just target this class. Control V. And inside that we have our image. So we will target that image tag, and we will resize our image. So width, we will be giving it as 100%. Sorry, as 100%, and height as view edge. In view edge, we'll be giving our height. So 93, I can figure it out. It is 93 view edge. Let me save this. Just see. Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't added. See, if you don't add your CSS file in your HTML, so it won't work. So for now, it's exactly the same how it was in the very beginning when we added the carousel. I didn't add the CSS file. So in the head tag, I'll just simply add this CSS file. Why is this not working? Let me check if the CSS has been applied or not. Okay. So because of okay, so actually by mistake I created the CSS file inside this image folder. So that is the reason why we were not getting this. So fine, if I have kept this inside this image folder, so I have given that path only, image CSS CSS dot test dot CSS. Okay, so let's see if this is working or not. So yeah, see, this is working. Now we will uh, so now what we want, okay, I have added only one image. Let me add three different image so as to show you that this is a slideshow. So this is 2 and this one is 3. So this is the first slide, this is the second slide, and this is the third slide. So this carousel has been added. So now when if you want to just take this text to your like in between of your desktop, so you can just increase the bottom to some extent, I mean increase the bottom size so that it will come in between of your desktop. So how are we going to do that? I'll just show you. So we are right now in the mobile view, so that is the reason the text is not coming, because here we have D none. So the carousel text has been made none for mobile. So let me remove this. So I'm showing you in the developer tool. I remove this. You see the text is available right now in the mobile view also. So if you want your text, okay, let me stop this here. And the third we have, okay. So here, if we want this text to be in between of the desktop, so here you see this bottom, just increase this bottom. Just increase this bottom and you can see the text is sliding up. And if you decrease this, it will go to the bottom. And if you increase it, it will go to the top of the screen. And if it is like 4, so it is in between of the screen, uh, in between of the image. And if it is, we are increasing the bottom value, then it is moving at the top. So this is how you can even make changes or place your text on the image or on the carousel as you want. So this is how we added this carousel part in our website. So that's all for this video. We will meet in the next video with more, adding more components to our website. Thank you. Hello students. In this video, we will now work on the About Us part. So for that, we will add the code for About Us. So we will add a section tag and then give a class to it. And inside that, we will have a div. And then we have an h1 where we will write About Us. And under this About Us, we want a horizontal line. So for that, we have this horizontal line. So let's see how does it look in on the page. So you see, we have this About Us and the horizontal line. But now what the issue I'm seeing is I want some space between this About Us and the carousel. So for that reason, what I'll do, I will add either padding or um, margin to my About Us. So if we add padding, so what it does, it will add space between the content and the border. But if we add margin, it will add space outside the border. So let me show you in the box model what exactly I'm talking about. So let's go to About Us. Okay. We are in the About Us part. So as you can see, this is the content. About Us is the content and this is the border. So the space between the content and the border is padding. This is padding. And the space outside the border is margin. So this is the margin, sorry, this is the border, and we want space between the carousel and the About Us. So for that reason, we are using margin. So in CSS, how do we use margin? We use margin left, margin right, margin top, margin bottom. But in Bootstrap, what we will do, we will apply my. So my means in the y-axis, it will add margin to the top and bottom at the same time. So if we add my5, so it will give, see, at the top it is given 5 pixels margin, and at the bottom it is given 5 pixels margin. So and now we will have if we have this mx, So if we add this mx, so what it does, it will give this in the x-axis, it will have some margin. Xn in the x-axis, left and right, it will have some margin. So x denotes that it is in the x-axis, left and right, and y denotes it is in the y-axis, that is top and bottom. So here we want my has to be 5. So see, we have this space between the carousel and the about us. So now what we want this about us in between our page. So for that, what we will do, we will simply add a class to our div and add text center. Text center. So you see, we have this about us at the center of our page. And then we will add a class to this h1 to display our about us in a good format. So we will have display 4 to resize our about us. See, it's looking good. The about us has been changed to some size. So now what we want this horizontal line to be at a certain width. It is like right now it is touching the edge of the page. We want this to be at least 25% of the page. So what we can do, for this also we have classes. So in the HR, we will apply class and with W25. So you can see this is having width up to here 25, but this is touching the left side of the page. So we want it in between. So for that we will apply MX auto. Auto, what it does, it leaves the exact amount of space from right and left, and it makes the content at the center of the page. So you see about us, and we have our horizontal line just below the about us in the center of the page. So this is all we have now. Now what we can do is we want some good fonts for this about us. So let me go to Google Fonts and add some fonts for this about us. So we can have this Open Sans, and we'll have this regular 400. Okay. We will copy this link from here and add this in our HTML in the head tag. Sorry, what I did. So now we will add this link in our head tag. Copy this. And similarly, we will add this CSS code also in our CSS file. In our universal code in the place of the universal code where we have given this margin and box sizing, margin padding and box sizing, there we will have add this. Now you see, we have this about us a little bit bold and in a good way. It's looking good, the about us. So we have made some changes on the about us section, and the next we will work on our next component for this page. So that's all for this video. We will meet in the next video. For now, thank you. Welcome students. In this video, we will learn that what extra has been added in grid system in Bootstrap 5 so that it will act beautifully during the responsiveness. So it is exactly like Bootstrap 4, just that what extra that has been added in Bootstrap 5 is an additional viewport, that is XXL. So let's go to this Bootstrap 5 documentation and to grid, and I'll show you. Yeah, you can see here we already had SM, MD, LG, and XL, but here you can see a new thing that has been added, that is XXL. So what does this XXL mean? So these XXL is like if your screen is greater than 1400 pixels. So you can see this grid options. So this is 576, greater than 576, MD. So in MD we have this 768 pixels, LG we have 992 pixels, XL we have greater than 1200 pixels. So just similar to that, we have XXL, which is greater than 1400 pixels. So when our screen is greater than that, then this is going to be used. And then we have few more things like gutters that I'll tell you in the upcoming videos. And we have this container and container fluid that we already know in Bootstrap 4. Still, we will see some examples of it. So I just want to show you some media queries for this XXL. Where is it? Yeah, 6 responsive breakpoints. So just you will have to copy this and keep it in your CSS. These SAS mixing translate. You just need ignore this these SAS mixing translate in a compiled CSS. This is nothing to be done. I mean, this has nothing to be related to anything. This has nothing no relations. So you just need to copy this code and keep this code in your CSS file. At the end, always keep your media queries at the end of all the codes that you have in your CSS. Just keep it at the end. These are not the comments, so that is the reason it is saying that it will have an issue. Let me just comment all of this. Just need to remove this 3 dots. So because of that, it is showing error. Yeah, so we are good to go now. So we'll keep this media queries in our CSS. Like this is not going to harm your website. So we just keep this code. Like if we want to make any changes in our mobile, tablet, desktop, or large desktop, or, or even large desktops like XXL. So you can do the changes in this media queries. So these are for those help. So in this video, we saw all the grid systems and the media queries related to the new port size. So that's all for this video. We will see more components coming up in the next video. Thank you. Welcome students. In this video, we will make our My Journey component of the website and add the XXL new viewport in our column code. So before making any component, I will just show you how a container and container fluid works. Let me write the code for container. I will add this after the section. I will have an h1 tag to show some text. And give this container a primary color, background color. So let's see this. You see, we have this container with some content inside it. So this container means what it does, if we use container, we get extra padding from left and right. So we have this padding from left and padding from right. So if we use container fluid, then what happens? You see, it occupies the complete width of the screen. This complete width of the screen has been occupied. So, but for our component, we will use container. So to make our My Journey segment, we will add some text and image, which will be divided into two segments. That is 6 columns for image and 6 columns for some text. So our viewport, our screen is divided into 12 columns. So we need to play with those 12 columns to make our page responsive. So to make our My Journey, we will divide our 12 columns into 6 and 6 for the viewports. So let me add that. Inside this container, we will have a row. And inside this row, we will have our column class. So call LG 6. For large screen, we have call LG 6. For medium screen also, we have call LG 6. For small screen, that is our mobile, we will have the whole 12 columns. So call 12. And the new thing that has been added, that is XXL. For that, we will have call XXL 6. Now we will make the image section first. So for image, we will have an image tag. And we will add the image. And we must give an alternate image to this. So we can give a text default image. Always give this alternate thing. So now we have this image. Let's see on the screen on our page how it is looking. Okay, fine. So we have this on our screen now. So now we have this image class and this image with us. So now we want to make this image responsive. So for that, we will add a class from Bootstrap that is image fluid to make this image responsive. And then we will also resize the image with the help of CSS. So let's do that. So to make the uh, image responsive, we will add a class image fluid. And we'll have another class about image. And we will do some styling to make the image responsive. So we'll keep the mean width of the image as 100%. And max height to 280 pixels. Let's check this. Widen this. Okay, min width. Let me reduce this pixels to 200. Yeah, see, we have this welcome in one column. That is, it is covering 6 columns. So we have this welcome on one side of our page. So now the last thing what I want is I want some gap between this about us and welcome, or I think it is looking fine. So it's okay. We can add just a small gap in near the row. Just add this my2. Yeah, we will just have this 2 so that we can have a little gap. Yeah, we have a little gap. So this much gap is fine. Yeah, so we have made our my journey image part in this video. So in the next video, we'll make the text part of our my journey section. So that's all for this video. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you. Welcome back, students. In this video, we will continue making the my journey part. In last video, we covered the image section. Here we will make the text section now. Okay. So you just need to copy this column class, column div, and just paste here. Just keep in mind that your image and your text section should be inside the row. Then only this row and column uh, logic will work. So just remove this image and add an h1 tag for the title. So I'll just write my journey. And for description, I will have a paragraph tag. And in that, I will, for now, I'll keep a dummy lorem text. So let me cut short this text from here. So let's see how it is looking. Yeah, we have this my journey and the description part. So our image and our text is done. Now what we will do, we'll add a button. So for that, we need to go to the Bootstrap documentation and we'll go to components and there we have button. So we can pick any button. So for now, we will pick the info button because we want this. I mean, while we hover, it should be filling the button. So these buttons are Bootstrap 4 logic only. We are using that. And we will rename this info to check more. See, we have this check more with us. Now, let's now do one thing. Let's align this because I can see that this my journey and lorem, I mean this description and the buttons, these are not aligned properly. It is not in the center of this image. So let's make that. So for that, what we will do, we will use flex. So it is also Bootstrap 4 logic. So we will use this. Let's go to utilities and flex. So what does flex do? It helps in the alignment. Basically, it helps with the alignment. So we will use this deflex in our row class. So where is our row? Sorry, in place of our column class, we will use deflex. Deflex. And with deflex, we use justify content center. And align item center. Items center. So let's see this. So you see, we have everything in one row because default value of flex is row. So everything is in one row. But what we want this one by one. I mean, first we want the my journey part, then we want the lorem, I mean description, and then we want this button. So for that, we will use flex direction. So flex, see, if I do row, then it won't change anything. I mean, see, there's no change because the default value of flex is row. So if I do this, change this to column, see, we have this my journey and description, title, description, and button. Wow, I mean in a column part, I mean in a column way, one below the other. But what else we want here? We want this my title to be in the left align, I mean to be at the starting of this description. So we want this to be in the left side and this also in the left side. So we can do this by changing this align item center to start. See, perfect. Now we have everything. This image just in between the image and this text is one below the other. If I make this align item to end, just to show you, I'm writing this. See, this takes to the another side at the end of this page. So we want start. So it's done. So this is how we completed our My Journey section. We have divided this My Journey into two halves. I mean 6 columns each. So that's all for this video. We will continue making few more components in the next video. Thank you. Welcome students. So in this video, what we will do, we will add some few more fancy things in our My Journey section. So what I want, when I hover on this check more button, I want a pop-up like who am I, because this is a journey section. So I just want this who am I like text or label to be popped up. So this is what we call tooltip. So I'll show you an example of tooltip. So this is how the tooltips, like if I go, if I click on this, hover on this button, this will show this tooltip on the top. If I hover, tooltip on the right. If I hover on this, bottom, left, and tooltip with HTML. So this is Bootstrap 4 actually. This is the part of Bootstrap 4 only. But in Bootstrap 4, yeah, in this video, I'll also show you the example of how jQuery has been removed and JavaScript has taken place. So an example of this. So let me go to tooltip. See, here before when we wanted to use tooltip, we used to write this jQuery code, data toggle dot tooltip, simple. But now when we want to use this tooltip in Bootstrap 5, we have this JavaScript code. We just need to copy this code and keep it in our body tag, in a script tag. Inside a script tag, just keep this JavaScript code. Okay. So, and one more thing, for if you want your tooltip, I want in my page, I want my tooltip to be on right side like this. So I will just copy this data from database toggle tooltip to the end. and I will paste this in my button. After the class, okay? After the class, this way. And I want this tooltip on the right. I mean, this is the title. So let's first see how this is working. So you see, tooltip on the right, it is showing. If I hover on this, it is showing tooltip on the right. So it's working fine. So now, I mean, exactly what is happening here is we are using this query selector and it is targeting this data BS toggle, which is equals to the tooltip. So this is exactly targeting this selector. So this is the query selector we have. And with the help of this query selector, we have directly targeted this attribute, this data BS toggle attribute, and we are getting this tooltip. So now this is the title. Whatever you want to see on the page, this is the title. So I want, as this is my journey section, so I will just write it as who am I? Just a simple label. So I hover on this and I can see who am I. So this is how you use tooltips. So we saw in this video an example or an alternative for jQuery by using JavaScript. We have added this JavaScript and we have used this tooltip. So that's all for this video. We will meet in the next video. Thank you. Welcome back, students. In this video, we will make our services section. So for that, we will reuse our About Us code. So where is our About Us? Yeah. Copy from the section till the end of the section tag. And paste this after this container ends. And change this About Us to our services. Let's see this one. Yeah, our services. Now we want to make cards. So our this service section will contain cards with like we can take different types of cards. So we'll go to this Bootstrap document and we have this horizontal card. We have different type of cards. See, this is image overlay card. Then we have images and we have this navigation type of cards. I mean, we have a nav bar, then we have this, and then some text, and then a button. This is like image, and then we have at the bottom, we have this card title and the description of the card. So this is like image caps. So for our website, we want this horizontal thing, image and side by side card title. So we'll copy this. And now in this section tag, we will make another div and we will have a container. Inside that, we will have a row, and then we will again declare a div. And now we want that our full screen occupies 12 columns. Okay, our large screen occupies 12 columns. So large screen, medium screen, small screen, everything occupies 12 columns. So what we will do now, we want the three cards in our screen when we are viewing it at the higher resolution. So we will divide the column, the large column, to 4. So 12 divided by 4, 3 cards. And we will divide the medium also to 4. And same as XXL to 4. So all this views, large screen, medium screen, and extra large screen will contain 3 cards. And the small, that is called 12, will have only 1 card when we view in the mobile section. So this is our column structure. Then inside this, we will paste our card code that we have copied. So let's see this one. Yeah, here we go. We have our services, and we have this card. So now what we are going to do, we will give this image, give image to our card, save. See, we have this image. Let's see if I have taken the right card. Yeah. So we have this image now. And then what we will do, we will remove the gutter for now. Because right now it doesn't require gutter. I mean, we have not studied about gutter. So let's not confuse it with the gutter part. Get confused. So we will do this and we'll save the code and let's see. Yeah, so fine. So now what we are going to do, as you can see in our website, we have this image sticking to the topmost corner. It is not occupying the whole screen. So keep in mind this one, that this is a famous CSS interview question. If you insert an image in a div, so how to fill the div completely with the image? This is a question mostly asked in interviews. So we can do that with like we can add in our div class container, we can add a class that is services. We'll just keep a services class and we'll copy the services class. And in CSS, okay, fine. Yeah, we have this code. I have added it pre-hand only. So in the services, we are taking this class and I am targeting the image tag from here. So I am taking the services class and targeting the image inside that services class and making the width and height of the image as 100%. So you can see it has filled the card completely. Now in our website, we will use a button like we have this check more button. We will also have a button for our services also too. So let me copy this button code. We can reuse it from the about us, and just paste this just after this column div. Okay, so it ends here. Just paste after the column div. We don't want it in different columns. We want the 12 columns for this, the whole 12 column for this. That is why we are keeping it outside the column structure. So we have this. Now let's save it and see. Okay, so we have this a big it is taking the whole 12 column. So how we can make this or resize our button with those 12 columns? I mean, we want this check more taking the whole 12 column, but get reducing in size. Only this much only we want. So how we can do that? So we are getting this type of button. So to rectify that, before button, what we will do, we will add a div. And in that div, we will have a class because of column in bigger screen 12. Okay, and we want it in us it at the center of the page. So for that we will make it text center. Okay, so and we will keep this button, copy. Okay, let's cut this actually and paste this inside the div. Let's save this and see. Okay, we have this check more button. I'm taking the whole 12 column, I mean the big screen 12 columns, but what I am doing it, I'm resizing it to this much. Okay, and I am making this come in between the screen, I mean in the center. Okay, so I can see that this card is having, I mean, it is sticking to our services. It is not having a margin top or margin bottom. So first we will first we will add this margin top and margin bottom to check more. So for that I can make this as my. Remember y, I used it for the y-axis top and bottom. So my 5. Let's keep it as 5 now. So okay, we have a beautiful gap between the card and the button. So now I want this our services and this card to have some gap. So if I add my5, so the card between the check more and the sorry, the distance between the check more and the card will be more, will become uh, like a little more. I'll just show you that what I'm trying to say. Okay, so where I will add it in the container itself, my5. If I add this, so you can see I have some extra space between this card. So I don't want this extra space. I mean, it was here when I added my. So let me just add the padding top 5. I just want it from the top. So see, we have this gap and we have some reduced gap from the below part. So, okay, we have completed the services section. So now just we want to copy paste so that we can have 3 cards. So just minimize this code And from here, only this column part, okay? We don't want the button, I mean thrice. We don't want the button to be in multiples of 3. We just want the button once, okay? So we will just copy this, copy and paste it 3 times. See, we have it at the same level and we have 3 cards. Okay, great. So this is how we completed our services section. We will continue making few more components. So meet you in the next video. Thank you. Hello students. In this video, we will make our gallery section. So for gallery, let's first copy this section, our services, so that we can write gallery in place of our services, and copy this up to this column structure, because we need this exactly how we have made our cards. So we need that structure only for our gallery. So copy till here and then paste it after this section code. And what you need to do now, just close this column, then close this row, and close this container, and then close this section. That's all. So let's see and rename this to gallery. See, we have this gallery heading here. Now in this div class, because we want 3 images when we are viewing in medium, large and extra large screen, as we were having 3 cards this way, so we want the images also 3 images in our screen. So we will just add an image tag and add our image. We will add our image and an alternative. Always give an alternate name. Gallery images. Anything you can give. For example, if we don't find this image, then it will show gallery image. Let me show you that also. Let's see. I have not saved any image under the name as G. So let's see how it is showing on the screen. See, gallery image, default gallery icon and gallery images, because I have given an alternate name to it. So let's save this and let's see. Yeah, we have one image with us. So now what you want, let's suppress this code and copy this and then paste it. Like I'm pasting it. Let me paste this for I don't know how many times I've pasted this. I, so I don't know. I am like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I guess 10 times I have copied this code. So let me see this on the screen. I have not. Okay, I have not saved this. Okay, see, we have this images, but you can see all the images are sticking to each other when we, I mean, it doesn't have any gap between the images on y-axis. So here comes the logic of gutters. So from starting, I was saying I'll tell you about gutters, gutters, and gutters. So what exactly gutter means? So if you give margin, I mean my, remember we used to give my for top and bottom space. So if you give margin to each image, then it will be a lot of code to add, I mean to write. So here, to avoid this rewriting of code so many times, rewriting the margin code so many times, we have gutters to help us in this place. So avoid this margin thing, we need gutters. And vertically gap, to have this vertically gap, we can go to our code and always apply gutters to our row. Okay. So gutters, G for gutters, Y for top and Y axis, top and bottom, and we will give it to gutters as let's give it 5. So boom, we have. I mean, there's a lot of gap. Let me make it as 3. Here we go. We have equal amount of space between the images. So this is how we are applying gutters to our code, to our website also. And to have gutters on the x-axis, this is y-axis we have applied. To have gutters in the x-axis, G, similar way, Gx 0, or I mean right now we can give it as 2. Save. But what has happened, it is squeezing from both the sides. I mean, the left and rightmost images, they are trying to give space to their rightmost corner and to their leftmost corner. So because of that reason, they are squeezing the middle space. So in that case, we don't require gutters. Actually, I'll give you an example to this. If you are if you are having a container and you don't have space to keep things inside that container, and you squeeze on things continuously, then what happens? The material inside the container gets squeezed. It doesn't leave space between them. So you can keep your things only according to your container. So right now my container is this much. So if I give gutters so that I can have a gap between these two images, first two images and second and third image, then I won't be able to give it because there is no space. I mean, it won't overlap the container. So that is the reason we don't apply x-axis when we give container. If we give container fluid, then yeah, our gutters will for x-axis will apply. But for now, we are not giving it. So you see, we have this beautiful gap between all the images, and our gallery is all set to rock. So we are done with this gallery thing. Even we have this gap between the gallery and the images, the gallery heading and the image. So we have completed our gallery section. We'll make few more components in the next video. For now, thank you. Welcome students. In this video, we will make our offer section. So we'll copy this gallery part and close the section tag. And rename this as offers. Yeah. Then now we will have a div with class container fluid. Okay. We want every, I mean, all the 12 columns for our offer section. So we want the whole screen. I mean, we don't want any margin left or sorry, padding left or padding right. Okay. So for that, we will want this container fluid. Now div row, then we will have a div for the columns. So now we will give the columns. For larger screen, we'll have column 12 as we want the whole screen. And then for smaller screen as well, we want the whole 12 columns. Then what we will have an h1 tag. We will have this, and here we can just write check my videos please, and then we can have a paragraph. Please support and like my videos. Thank you for showing love. And then what we can do, we will just see that how it is looking. Okay, we have this offer section and we have this check my videos please and this paragraph tag too. So what we want this both the h1 tag and p paragraph thing at the center of the page. So simply make this give text center. Save. See, and now we want our text to be white. So we can give a class to h1 and text is white. Okay, so just because we have given the text as white, so it has like blended in the background color itself. So let me give a background color to this offer section. For now, let me just give a BG light. Okay, so BG light is quite light. So let me give this as dark. Good. We have this check my videos, please. And because the P tag is having text as black, that is the reason why it is showing this as black, because it has blended completely with the background color. So that we will take care now. So without instead of giving this background color, let me give a BG offer class. I mean a default class. So I've given a BG offer class, just a class name. And then what I can do is I can give background color to this. So I'll just add background and let me give it as blue for now. Save this. Yeah. You see, we have this please support and like my videos. So this is quite dark. So what I can do is I'll just make it a little light. Yeah. So this is fine. Now I want to add a button. Okay. So I'll simply copy the button from our contact us or gallery, anywhere, from anywhere you can just copy the same button and then paste it here. So let's see this one. Yeah, we have this button. So I don't want this who am I thing. So let me just remove that. Do tool tip. Let me just remove the whole thing. Tool tip. Now let's check. Okay, fine. So now what I want on this button, when I'm clicking on this button, I want it to redirect to some other page like Google, YouTube, anything like that. So what I'll do, I'll keep this button inside an anchor tag. So I'll keep this here and give this href as www dot. For now, just I'm giving it google.com, and I'll give this target to so that it will take me to the next page, redirect me to the next page and open my link. So underscore target, underscore blank. Yeah. So this is done. Let's check. Yeah, this is going to the next page. But like, yeah, this is showing as google.com, but with error. I don't know why. Let's not focus on that now. It is like we just wanted to make our offer section. So what else is left is we can see that this check more button is sticking to the bottom and this check my videos is also sticking to the top. So first we will give space to that. So next to this text center, what we can apply is py. We want padding inside the border and the content. We want space. So we will give padding. So padding y-axis top and bottom. So you see we have this beautiful space. Now we want the space between this background of this check my videos and between this offer. So for that, what we can do, I can apply to my section. I have already applied. Okay, so why is that not working? Let me apply py. Okay, that is for the offers from the gallery. So I don't want that. I mean, I want that, but I want this container. So here also I will apply my as, no, I don't want at the bottom. I just want from the top. So py as 5. So let's check. No, some error. Okay, so what we can do if we want a space, if we want a space, so between this offer and check my videos, so we can just apply MB margin bottom 5, and here we have it. We have a space between this offer border, I mean this horizontal line, and the background of this check my videos. So we have completed our offer section. So that's all for this video. We'll continue making some more components in the next video. Thank you. Welcome students. In this video, we will make our contact us form. So what I just want this section tag. I'll take this so that as offers we have written as offers, we can have contact us too. So we'll close our div. And then we will close our section tag. So let's check. Okay, let me just rename this. Contact us. And give this MY5 and remove this MB5. Yeah. So now what we want, before when we used to work in Bootstrap 4, forms was a different, I mean in different component, like a section in component itself. So, but now what they have done in Bootstrap 5, they have kept forms in a different field now. I mean, they have separated from the component and kept at components level itself. Like here, you can see forms. So we'll just go to the forms now, and we want this structure for our website, that is email address and password. Let's copy that. Now we'll have a div container. Inside that we will have a row, and this time our column structure will be a little different. For larger screen, that is XXL, we will just occupy the 8 columns, and for mobile we'll occupy 10 columns, and for tablets, that's medium screen, will occupy 8 columns. Now what we'll do, we'll paste the code that we have copied for the forms. And let's save this and check on the screen. Yeah, so you can see this email address and password has occupied the 8 columns from the 12 columns and leaving this white um, like space, white spaces. So what I want this email address and password in between this screen. So for that, I'll just make this MX, that is on the x-axis, margin on the x-axis, auto. So what it does, it will bring the content in between the page, leaving the left and right margins, equal amount of margins or space in the left and right side. So, okay, now what we want, let's check some more components from form control. Okay, so we want this example, I mean the text area also, so that we can write some comments. So let me just copy this code. I mean, for forms, you can copy as many things as you want. So I'll keep it after password. Just paste this code after password. See, we have this explain example text area, and I'll just rename this as comments. Yeah, perfect. Now, what I want is see what they have done. They have also, I mean, first we used to have this form control, and we used to control the size of the box, but now they have done it through form control LG or form control SM. So for form control SM, we have this much of space. For default, they have not used anything, just form control as we used to have it before. And now for large space, see, we have so much space up and down. So for this large text box, they have form control LG. So now what we want some details. I mean, see, they have also made this color picker also in a very different format. I mean, a very beautiful way they have made this color picker too. This color picker is like very convenient to use now, and it looks very good. But we don't want this right now. What we want is details. Okay, so fine. We have this details list. So we'll just copy the space code, and we will paste this in our code. But what we want, we will have to make a div now. We will have a div, and inside that we will have our details. And we have a class MD3, so that we can have it margin bottom as 3. And what they have done, I don't know why they have not closed this option tags. It will be an issue if you don't close it. So just simply close all the option tags. Okay. Okay, so we will just name this as select city. This data example as select city. Perfect. Now we have this select city with us, and we have options for this also. It's all this country's name. We have email address, password, and a button also. So now after this, we will deal with the radio buttons for this forms. So we'll continue making the changes for our form, contact us section. So that's all for this video. Thank you. Welcome students. In this video, we will learn about the checks and radios. So the navigation goes like this. You can go to forms, and then you can go to checks and radios. So we have different kinds of checkbox, disable radios. For our website, we want inline checkbox. So yeah, here we have this inline checkbox. So we can simply copy this checkbox code, and after this password, password, we will add a div, and we will paste our code, and in this div we will give a class mb3, and we don't want this disabled button. So I'll just remove this disabled button. Let me check this. Yeah, I have this checkbox with me, but for this, I want a gender, I mean a label where I can uh, put this one as female and second as male and a label as gender. So for that, what we want, we will add a label. Now we will add a label for gender. And we will make this value 1 and 2 as female and male. Okay, let's check. We have this gender and female, male, female, gender, male, female. Yeah, okay. So now what we will do, we will, we don't want this password, okay? So we will rename it as email address. And we want name. Oops, I'm sorry. We want this to be as name, and this password to be as email address, and this type will be for email address, it will be text, and we can have a placeholder here also, here, like enter your email address. Let's check. Yeah, so this is how we have completed our form, and we have all the things working fine. Welcome students. In the last video, we completed making our form, and that is our contact page, contact us page. So now in this video, we will complete our last section, that is footer section. So for footer, we will have a footer tag, and in that we have a paragraph tag, which will write our @copyright bootstrap file. Just for example, any text we are using it. Let's see how it's looking. So this now for this now we will apply background secondary. Let's check. Great. Now to this we will apply text center so that our text should be framed at the center, and we will make our text as white. Perfect. So this is it. Our footer is this much only. One thing extra I wanted to say that when you use p tags, so you have extra margins. So it is not actually making any difference here right now. But when you check for responsive things or anything that is related to padding or margin, then it might create an issue. So for safety, what we do in the footer, we in the footer itself, what I have done is I've taken the footer class, footer tag, and inside that footer, whatever paragraph tag, that is the p tag, I have made the p tag as margin 0. So when you will use, you'll know what exactly this is making any difference. So for now, you won't be able to make any difference or see any difference. But when you see the page is getting responsive, then it helps you to remove all the margins, extra margins that p tags provides. So that's all for this video. We will meet in the next video. Thank you. Welcome back, students. In this video, what we will do is we will show the content in one page. I mean, all the contents, like we will have a about us page, we will have a gallery page, we will have a contact us page, and we will keep our content of each page in its own page. Like we will keep the about us content in about us page, and so as gallery and contact us page. So for this, we will start adding new files, that is about.html. Then we will have gallery.html, and one more is contact.html. After this, in the main HTML page, what we will do in navbar, we will redirect the hyperlinks href to its own page. I'll show you. See, home. So index.html. Home will go to index.html. Okay. And then about us will go to about.html. When we click on when we will click on about us, it will go to about.html. And then when we will click on service, service is fine. Service is a drop down. And when we will click on contact us, it will go to contact.html. And then gallery as gallery.html. Now, after this, what we will do, now we will copy the code from doc type to navbar at the end of the navbar. We will go till the end of navbar and copy this and paste it in our about.html, in our gallery.html, and in our contact.html. And then we will copy the footer code also. I will copy this footer section and paste it in each one of the HTML pages. Now let's check this. We have this about us. Okay, great. We have this navbar and footer. Gallery also we have the snap bar and footer. Contact us also we have the snap bar and footer. Now we will copy each page's content and paste it in the respective HTML file. So we have, first we will deal with about us. So we'll copy this section. And we'll paste this between this nav bar and footer. Let's check our about us page. Great. We have our about us. And then I'll do the same with gallery. That is our gallery. Here we have our gallery. We will copy from this section to the end of the section. And we'll paste between the nav and the footer. Save. And same with the contact us. Copy this entire code. So let's check. We have this about us, gallery, and contact us. Awesome. So we have every content in its respective page. Now this Bootstrap 5 is not looking fine. This is about my journey. So I will just keep this website name as journey. And even the footer @copyright. It's fine. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, you can change anything to anything. For now, let me just keep it as Bootstrap itself. Where did I change it? Let me check. Still Bootstrap 5. Fine. Let it be as Bootstrap 5. It will make no difference. Okay, I made the change here. So it's fine. We will keep everything as it is, and we have kept all the content in the respective page. So that's all for this video. We will meet in the next video. Thank you. Welcome students. In this video, we will learn about scroll spy. So Bootstrap has something new for us. So this helps in navigation. This tells that scroll positions to indicate which link is currently active in the viewport. If you click on the first, then the first link is active. If you click on the second, second link is active, and so as third, fourth, and fifth. So whichever link you click, that is getting activated. So let me show you where we will keep this code. We will keep this code in our about.html. So after the nav bar, sorry, after the about us, just give a div after this section about us, where this section is getting ended. Okay, so we have this div. So this has to be inside. So now in this section, after this section, we will have a div, and we will give this div as class is equals to container. Inside this, we will have a row, and we'll paste the scrolls by code. So I'm copying this one. Let me paste here. And let's check on the screen. Great. We have this scrolls by thing with us. So let me show you how it works. So it must be used. So scroll spy has some requirements to function properly. So it must be used on a Bootstrap nav component or list group. So we have this nav component in it, this nav bar. So we have this nav component. So that is now satisfied. Now scroll spy requires position relative on the element you are spying, usually the body. So you're spying on the body, so it should be positive. So to this, what we can do is we can make the body as positive. So how can we do that? We can have this inline style text. So after container, we can, okay, we can have a div here. Now what we will do, we will add in this scroll spy code. First of all, make this section of about us, cut this and paste it at the end, because this section will contain the about us and scroll spy event. So now we have everything inside the section. And after this, what you do in the container class of scroll spy code, after the row, add a div. And to that div, what you do, give id is equals to, like this nav bar example 2, just give it as a nav bar example, nav bar example, and style the, I mean do inline styling. So position relative, and end this div, and this div, this is the row. So before row, end the div. Okay. So now you can see those IDs actually, but the IDs only will only work when you give height. So we have to do again an inline styling. So to this div where we have all the first heading, second heading, and third heading, all this, have one more inline style, and there you can give height as 300 pixels. I just want the height to be 300 pixels, and I don't want my content to overflow on y-axis. Okay, and I mean, I don't want my content to overflow, and when it does, make a scroll. So overflow y-axis, I have made this as scroll. So when the content from the content from the y-axis is overflowing, then just add a scroll. This is what this actually has to say. So see, when we go to first, second, fifth. So now the last thing that I need to add is some text in this paragraph. So control D, control D, control D, control D. Default text. See, we have this first, second, third, fourth, and fifth scroll spy working. So we have completed our scroll spice part. So this is what scroll spy has to say, that if you click on first, it will highlight the first heading, that is the first link. If you click on second, it will highlight the second link. So whichever link you want to make it active, you click on that and it gets activated. So that's all for scroll spy. We will meet in the next video. Thank you. Welcome students. In this video, we will learn about a feature that Bootstrap has bought for us, that is Toast. Bootstrap 5 has it. So what does Toast means? Toast is a push notification or a customizable notification or alert message. So that is wherever you can keep it on your screen. So like see, so they are easy to align and position wherever you want in your desktop or mobile. So you can have it. So Toast is just like this. It is a alert message kind of thing. So this Toast, we will have it in our gallery section. For our page or for our website, we will have it in our gallery section. So what I have done in the gallery.html, here in the gallery.html, where we have this gallery section tag, this one here, what I have done, I have added a container. So I've simply added a container after my section tag, and I have made a row container, then row, and I have kept my this toast code, which I have copied it from here. This is this is the toast code. So I have copied this one and pasted here. So inside a container, then a row, and then inside that we will have our toast code. But to add dynamically this toast code, we will have to have this JavaScript code too. So for that, you can use this JavaScript code, which I'll make you understand also why are we using that. So yeah, we have this JavaScript code. What it has to say is we have an array, and it is calling and mapping the toast one by one. So we are taking an array and we are individually calling it, and with the help of this we are mapping and initializing it one by one. Like we have an array, we are calling it, we are mapping it and initializing the toast one by one inside it. So, and this is like you need to put this in the gallery HTML in your script tag. Then in any language, whenever you call your declare your function, you need to call that function. So we are calling this toast list where we are storing our toast e1. This is getting stored here. So we are calling the toast 0th position and show. And remember, I have toast e1. Here you will see there's an option. Just remove this option because you want your toast to be visible every time. You don't want it optional. So just remove this option from the JavaScript code. And we have this array. So I'm calling this toast list function in its 0th positions. That toast, I'm showing it. So if we have more than like 10 to 15 toast, then we can apply a loop here. We can have a loop also. So this function is getting called and we are showing the toast. So how our toast is visible? Just see. Just below this gallery, we have this toast. So we can customize this toast. See here, hello world, this is toast message. So we can write it as this is Bootstrap 5 course. Just save this. And whenever you refresh your page, see, you have this. This is Bootstrap 5 course. So this is how we declare our or we initialize our toast. Just in the gallery section, inside a container, just give your toast, and in the script tag, give your toast JavaScript code. So this is how we declared or we initialized our code toast for our website. Thank you for this video. We will meet in the next one. So in this video, we are just going to overview all the components that we have made. So we will open this in our live server. And we can see a beautiful nav bar, carousel, about us section, our services section, gallery, offers, our contact us form, and the footer. So we have beautifully completed our website. This carousel is also working very fine. Beautiful. This check more button, and when we hover over it, we have this tooltip who am I? We have this button for our services, gallery, offer section. Forms are also working fine. Submit button. So this is how we completed about us section. This is also getting navigated nicely. Services. Then we have our gallery. And we have in about us section, we have the scroll spy. This is also working very nicely. If we go to the fourth part, see we have the fourth heading, we have the third heading, we have the second as first also. So this is how we come to an end of making our websites. Thank you all for being with me in this journey to learn about Bootstrap 5. Thank you.